So following season 1 of Ryan Murphy's The Monsters, the Jeffrey Dahmer story, Season 2 dropped on Thursday, titled Monster: The Lyle and Eric Menendez Story, another biographical crime drama, this one being based in the 80s, following a wealthy and somewhat spoiled Lyle and Eric Menendez, and the killings of Jose and Kitty Menendez, their mother and father. Now, the Menendez brothers actually did not approve of this series, nor did they think it was accurate. Eric specifically making a statement via his wife Tammy's X account saying, "I believe we had moved beyond the lies and ruinous character portrayals of Lyle, creating a caricature of Lyle rooted in horrible and blatant lies rampant in the show. I can only believe they were done so on purpose. It is with a heavy heart that I say, I believe Ryan Murphy cannot be this naive and inaccurate about the facts of our lives so as to do this without bad intent. It is sad for me to know that Netflix's dishonest portrayal of the tragedies surrounding our crime have taken the painful truth several steps backwards, back through time to an era where the prosecution built a narrative on a belief system that males were not sexually abused, and that males experienced rape trauma differently than women. Those awful lies have been disrupted and exposed by countless brave victims over the last 2 decades who have broken through their personal shame and bravely spoken out. So now Murphy shapes his horrible narrative through vile and appalling character portrayals of Lyle and me and disheartening slander. Is the truth not enough? Let the truth stand as the truth. How demoralizing to know that one man with power can undermine decades of progress and shedding light on childhood trauma. Violence is never an answer, never a solution, and is always tragic. As such, I hope it is never forgotten that violence against a child creates 100 horrendous and silent crime scenes, darkly shadowed behind glitter and glamour and rarely exposed until tragedy penetrates everyone involved. To all those who have reached out and supported me, thank you from the bottom of my heart." So Eric is not happy with director Ryan Murphy, specifically for leaving out the allegations of abuse from their father.
What do you believe was the originating cause of you and your brother ultimately winding up your parents?
So here's actual footage of Eric and his testimony about his father allegedly abusing him.
Me telling.
You telling what?
Me telling Lyle that,
You telling Lyle what? Was it you telling Lyle about something that was happening?
my dad.
Mr. Menendez, okay, let me ask
No, he was in the process of answering, so there's no need to ask him.
Can you
Jesus, the prosecutors really want him to shut up.
My dad had been molesting me.
and
I wanted it to stop.
And here's some of Lyle's testimony about his father.
Did he try to anally penetrate you with something else?
He did.
And what was it?
He me.
Did you cry?
Yes.
Another thing about this series that people are taking issue with is something the director also did in Dahmer, where they kind of hypersexualize the characters, showing scenes where the brothers are kissing in some sort of like weird incest vibes. A user saying, of course it's a Ryan Murphy production. Another scene showing the brothers bumping and grinding on one another. And here's Eric explaining that he's not gay.
you're gay.
No. The prosecutor brought that up because I was, and he felt in his own thinking that if I was my father, that I must have enjoyed it, and therefore I must be gay, and the people that are gay out there must be they wouldn't be, is what he felt, and it's upsetting to hear.
Now, of course, the prosecutors are going to try to twist this whole scenario to make it look like the brothers were not abused, saying they killed their parents for money, saying that, oh, they probably liked the abuse. They're gay. It was probably an incest thing.
A problem at the trial was the gender bias, that because dealing with males and in an incest family, that there's sort of perceptions that, well, maybe it was something that he wanted, something that he allowed to happen, that he shouldn't be allowed to feel afraid because he's a male. I really felt that people might have seen this case very differently if it were a sister that I was protecting, or that was involved in this, and not a brother.
But now here's a little piece of information from their lawyer, Mark Dragos, stating that one of the brothers actually wrote a letter to his cousin about the abuse long before the violent events even took place, adding proof to their narrative that the abuse was why things escalated to them killing their parents.
This letter was written by which one of the brothers? It was written to a cousin It was written to a cousin who passed away, I believe, in 2003. When he passed away, his items went to another relative, all of his personal property. That was then the personal property later was gone through. This letter was produced, and the letter predates all of this and is just chilling when you read it.
Now, at the end of the day, two things can be true at once, which a lot of people can't really grasp in their brain. There's a lot of compelling evidence to the fact that the brothers were abused, but they also committed murder. Premeditated, they tried to cover it up. Instead of notifying the police about the abuse, they took matters into their own hands in the worst way possible. That's karma to the parents, of course, but it's still highly illegal and is gonna land you in the slammer. Looking at this objectively, I would say like reduce the sentence due to what the father did leading up to these events, but I don't know legally what the hell I'm talking about. So yeah, some people didn't like how dramatized both these seasons were, and some people think it's just plain wrong to make money off of victims. The families of the victims of Jeffrey Dahmer obviously not being happy that Evan Peters wins Best Actor in 2023 for his portrayal of Jeffrey.
It was a difficult one to make, a difficult one to watch, but I sincerely hope some good came out of it. Thank you.
Now, I don't know exactly what good would come out of these series other than entertainment and the cast earning profit, but you know, whatever. Now, I have less of a problem of people taking murder cases and dramatizing it, making a TV show out of it. I have more of a problem about the long list of inconsistencies in the story, especially season 1. You know, I watched the Dahmer series thinking, hey, I'm gonna get a lot more information about this murder case, but there's a lot of events that were just changed for simply no reason. I just want this: accurate events and some Hollywood oomph. That's it. And I don't think people would be as upset. Let me know what you guys think though. And ta-ta for now.